Okay, here we are. We are at the base of Mount Whittlesey, parked here on the side of the road, about to head up this this road that is not passable by vehicles. I have tried, I have failed, so this is a trail to hike up. So we're off for another adventure. So why don't you? I'm going to turn off my camera, and why don't you go, climb a few hundred stairs or get on a treadmill for half hour or so. As we climb a Wisconsin version of a mountain. So, Ida, you ready for an adventure? Let's go. Okay, we've made it to the top of Mount Whittlesey. Whew, I'm tired. I'm very tired. So this is what the view from the top of a Wisconsin mountain looks like. A 1.8 or so billion-year-old mountain. So here we are. Already seeing some very nice iron formation here. Okay, that pretty red vein in there. Okay, we just have to head down this path through the woods and we'll get to some really beautiful outcrops. All right, meet me at the outcrop. Okay, here we are on top of Mount Whittlesey. We've gone down that path, come out of the woods here, and this is, as you come out onto this outcrop, this is what you see. Okay, as I mentioned in the introduction to this field trip, this is which was shot here. What you see here are some polished banded iron formations, okay? And the polishing here is actually sort of a two-piece story. The smoothness of these rocks, all right, is the work of the glaciers in the last glaciation. So, 12,000 years or so ago, as the glaciers retreated, they polished up these rocks and ground them and weathered and eroded them. And that's why these rocks are so smooth, not an uncommon feature of glacially polished bedrock. The reason this particular stretch is so denuded of vegetation is because of the iron mining investigation conducted by U.S. Steel during the 1950s. Okay, so here we are. Ida, the Geo Adventure dog, is checking out the rocks. I think she's identified some of the different features that we want to be looking at. But here we are. So this is the same iron formation that we saw over on Lake Road, with the bedding right next to the Palms Formation. You see here that the bedding is still, once again, nearly vertical. We'll try to take some strike and dip measurements later. Unfortunately, because these rocks are magnetic, it makes using a compass up here a little tricky. So we'll see if we're able to get anything. We might use the compass on my phone instead. Okay. So as you look at these rocks, we'll do a quick survey of these rocks now, and then we'll go into a little bit greater depth for some activities for later in the term. But you see some really of this nicely finely laminated iron formation. You can see why it is called banded iron formation. It is nice and magnetic. I don't have my magnet right here with me right now, but all these nice bands, okay? And so we're walking, along a bedding plane, okay? We're going to be coming back, but you see, you do see, as I point to my foot, you see some nice, just smooth bedding here, but then there are some places where there are these sort of lensy shaped pieces of lighter colored stuff. Okay, here's some more over here. Here's a really nice kind of lens that we're looking at here. All right, so lots of different, mostly sort of this laminated stuff, but some alternate features. Okay, and then as we look, as you move along, there are some stretches of the rock that look quite different. Okay, so right there, it was nice and finely laminated, and then as you move this way, which is moving down stratigraphically, okay, it gets to this much redder, much more sort of mixed up layer. Okay, we'll talk about that more. And then as you continue going down, the rock looks not quite as messed up, but it's not quite as finely laminated either. Okay, so one of the things we'll be doing later in the term is investigating much more carefully and closely what's going on stratigraphically within this unit. Okay, but that's a story for later in the term. All right, for now, here's the Ironwood Iron Formation, the site of a proposed, multiple times proposed iron mine. Okay, which fits into sort of the geologic story. We're on top of a mountain, fitting into the tectonic story, and also now the mining and geo-environmental story. Okay, you see some dark clouds. Hopefully it's not going to rain on me. I didn't bring my rain jacket foolishly, but here we are. Okay, so this is the Ironwood Formation, Mount Whittlesey, one of my favorite places on the planet. Very, very cool.